Okay, today I want to talk about First Reform, the movie that came out, I think, earlier this year. Just saw it the other day. Ethan Hawke is in it. He plays a pastor of a Reformed church. And he's struggling because his son died in a war and his wife left him because of all the struggles that you could have when you lose a child. So I thought, man, this is great because I belong to a Reformed church. I grew up with that theology, and I still like the old traditional hymnal organ kind of a atmosphere in the church, much more than the present day, mega church with, a whole band going and, I don't really like it. It looks too much like an entertainment. And, mega churches is a problem because you could see in this film too, the mega church, you have to give up some of your integrity or your conviction sometimes because you have to work with the city. You have to work with so many different organizations to get some project going and stuff. And sometimes, having a lot of so-called ministries and big events and stuff, that becomes more important than the message itself of Jesus Christ. And I don't particularly like that. And you kind of see it in this movie as well. Amanda Seyfried is in it. I really enjoy her. But in Ethan Hawke, the best actor, one of the best, without a doubt. And I was really excited the fact that he's playing this pastor. So he's a pastor of the oldest church in United States of America. And I know it's true. I think the first denomination that was organized in the United States was a Reformed church. And so he's a pastor of it, but he's getting paid by the mega church, and the pastor of the mega church is Cedric the Entertainer. And he did a pretty good job as well. And he's a pastor of this small church, traditional, but he's going through some problems. I think he becomes an alcoholic. Well, he is an alcoholic. And he's got issues. His son died and wife left him. So he decides to write a journal every night, and he's, reading, or at least we get to hear what he's writing. And it's really good. It's deep. So I was really excited because I'm thinking this is like the inner struggle of a pastor, right? The problem that he could have and how he deals with it, and his faith, and through prayer, and and make it kind of entertaining. And Ethan Hawke is going to play his heart out. It's going to be wonderful and great. And he starts out wonderful. And when he first goes to see this person who is in trouble through depression, just got out of jail, kind of a person who's an environmentalist, but he's a religious environmentalist, and he's really depressed about the way the world goes. His girlfriend, Amanda Seyfried's character, is pregnant, but he doesn't want her to have the child because the world is going down the drain and is crap and everything. So he's really depressed. And I'm telling you, you should watch this film just for that counseling session, the very first meeting they have. That was incredible. I would say exactly the same thing that he said. And I was surprised by that in a way that I was really nodding my head going, yeah, that's the way you do it. It's great. I enjoy that conversation they had. Because Ethan Hawke, as a pastor, he's not trying to be know-it-all kind of a thing. And he's very understanding. And yet he kind of gives his faith, shares the faith a little bit. And it's well done. And it's really good. But then you could kind of tell. Now, is he saying all these things because he believes in it? Because as we get to hear what he writes, it doesn't seem so. He's only saying it because that was what he was taught to say. And I think sometimes as pastors, we have that, I think. Personally, I don't, because I usually say whatever is on my mind, and because I'm pastoring a little tiny small church, and I don't really have anyone to impress, let's say, that I don't have too much filter. I don't need to. right? But if you're a big church, you have to have a, big, huge filter. You have to make sure that you don't cause any controversy and, things like that. Anyways, but you could see that inner struggle. And I'm thinking, wow, this movie is going to be great. Awesome. Then the guy that he is counseling blow himself up and commit suicide. Like, what? I'm going, okay. That took somewhat of a left turn. I didn't think it was, so I'm thinking maybe it's going to be about him and his life, the environmentalist. And you find out that he has made a vest, suicide bomb vest. So I guess he was gonna use it for something. And Ethan Hawke's character, the pastor, takes it. And eventually he has this idea that he's gonna use it to blow up a service, blow himself in a service, because he also gets into this environmentalist kind of idea, God's world that we're destroying. And I'm thinking, oh no, this movie is about environmentalism? Oh man, that took a left turn. That's no good. I didn't want it to be about that. I'm thinking, okay, I might as well. I'm like 75% into it. I might as well finish it. And, alright, so he's gonna blow himself up. He's getting all intense, but you could hear the tone of the movie, the sound. It doesn't sound like, and it's also shot not in a widescreen, but the old, somewhat of a square thing. And the color and the tint is very, like, odd. It's not bright, that's for sure. And it kind of reminds me of some horror movies. And the sound and the music is kind of like from a horror film too. Like he's got the dark, deep tone in the background and going. And I go, what the heck is all that? So it's going to take even worse turns. So I'm thinking, well, he's going to blow himself up. Then they should play music that is more suspenseful or something. But this is dark and you're feeling really dark. And then when he's about to go into the service to blow himself up, he sees Amanda Seyfried's character, which he told her to stay away from that service. So, because he wants to blow. When he sees her, he gets really pissed off because he now knows that he can't go through with blowing up the church with all these important people in it. So then he gets these barbed wires and he starts wrapping himself around with it. And so he gets all bloodied and stuff. And I'm going, what the heck? That took a turn that was a lot worse than I thought. And I'm thinking, holy cow, how much worse can it get? And then so I guess he's torturing himself to remind himself that he's alive. I don't know. And then Amanda Seyfried's character comes and sees him. He still has that barbed wire around him, but he's got his clothes back on, so I guess she doesn't recognize it, but I'm sure she does because he's got some blood on it and stuff. And then she goes there and gives him a big hug, and they start making out. I'm like, what the? Doesn't she get hurt? And stuff, and they start making out, and I'm thinking, holy cow, they even took another left turn somewhere, and then the movie ends. Wow. It got 7.2 on IMDb, Rotten Tomato rating of 92%. I say the first half of the movie, I agree. Second half, I say, man. Don't get me wrong, Ethan Hawke still does a great job. But what was that? Second half of the movie, I give it a D-. So overall, it was a C+ kind of a movie, I guess. Watch it for the first half. You enjoy it. If you like something going kind of darkish with a story that doesn't make any sense at all, and it's about environmentalism and love that's kind of weird with, I don't know, man. It was just weird. Anyway, do I recommend it? First half, yes. But I still love Ethan Hawke. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.